Hey everyone, it's Derek with OPTP, and for our Summer of Savings, this week is Knee Week. Now, today we're gonna look at 3 exercises for creating stability around the knee. Now, it's important that before you try these exercises, you should check with your licensed healthcare provider to make sure they're safe for you. Let's get started. Okay, so for each of these exercises, we're gonna be using our performance wedges, and these are great little tools to employ during lower extremity work where we're looking to create strength around the legs and at times avoid getting into areas that are susceptible to injury like the back. So we're gonna start with some squats here, and all we're gonna do is we're gonna elevate the heels by getting onto the performance wedges. I've got these separated at about hip width apart. Balls of my toes are on the floor. Now, during a standard squat, what happens is your hips will stay away from your body further, forcing you to make up for that lost center of mass and lean forward. What you're gonna notice with the performance wedges is that as you descend, because your heels are elevated, you're able to get your hips in closer to your body and maintain your center of mass, allowing you to achieve greater depth while, of course, keeping your trunk up. So for those of you who are susceptible to tweaking the low back when squatting, this is a great way to help avoid that. It's not a guarantee, but it's a great way to help keep the tension on your legs where it belongs. Once you've mastered doing this movement, from just a body weight standpoint, you can start to employ resistance like dumbbells or medicine balls and begin to further create strength that way. But this is a great way to help create strength around those lower extremities, so definitely give this one a try. Okay, exercise number 2 is called the VMO Step Up. VMO stands for vastus medialis oblique. This is one of our quadriceps muscles, and this one is really important because it helps keep the kneecap tracking properly. And so when you're talking about knee stability, this is a great area to focus on. So what I've done here is I've taken one of my performance wedges and I've elevated it on a step. Now you can of course try this exercise from the floor, but it is going to be a little bit more effective if you've elevated the wedge. So from here, I'm gonna position my foot to where my heel is up, balls of my toes are on the step here. I'm going to rock back to the heel on the down leg, that's grounded obviously, and from here, I'm going to push exclusively through this elevated leg, down straight through into that wedge and into the box as I drive up and lift for about 2 or 3 count on the way up. We don't want to fully extend the knee. Instead, we're gonna stop just short of full extension and then slowly descend until we feel that heel tap. Only about 10% of your body weight stays on that heel as I ascend back up, really driving through the anterior aspect of the leg here. Also, a great exercise for the hip stabilizers as well. So definitely give the VMO Step Up a try. Okay, so for our 3rd and final exercise, we're back on the ground. I've got one performance wedge under the body. This time I flipped it around to where my heel now is on the floor. The front of my foot is elevated. This is gonna help us really focus on the back side of the leg now. So here we're gonna do a single leg deadlift with hip extension, and it's really gonna help us activate the hamstrings, even getting up more into the hips, and then also you might even feel a great stretch across the calves as well. So what we're gonna do here is again set up just like I am, heel down, front of the foot is elevated. Hands can go on the hips, or if you like to use resistance here in the form of dumbbells or a medicine ball or something, you can do that as well. We want to start with a nice neutral posture here. We're going to hip hinge forward. As we do that, the grounded leg is going to lift into hip extension, and then we're going to try to come over into a position where we're basically parallel with the floor. Now, a lot of us might not be able to get here due to mobility restraints across the back of the leg, because when we're in this position with the heel down, we are going to be feeling more action take place across the back side of the leg. So get to a depth that you're able to. Now, aside from being a wonderful tool for muscle activation here, the performance wedges will also create a nice little balance challenge for you here as well. So if you're looking for some strength and stability around the knee and get really everything working along the lower extremities, this is a great exercise. All right, everyone, thanks so much for watching. If you want to learn more about the performance wedges, just go to optp.com. While you're there, be sure you check out all the great content and sales that we have going on right now as part of our Summer of Savings. Thanks.